evil in human nature.
She wouldn't even comment now.
Just like I would tell you, if you're going to do something, do it well. And leave something witchy. Leave a sign to let the world know that you were there.
Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
I'm a mess. I'm just gonna leave this here. Oh, no, I probably shouldn't. I'm already recording, just an FYI. There you go. Oh, there you go.
Okay, now I am too. I wasn't before.
Sure.
Now I am.
Okay.
Okay. So I was rewatching the video for like the third time that we uploaded on YouTube. And I noticed, I swear I hadn't noticed before, that I am a very expression kind of person in my face. Like everything I said or you said, I would make a face at.
Really?
Yeah.
I never noticed that. I'm gonna watch the video
I
again.
just noticed. In myself. After 26 years, I've noticed.
Now I can stop staring at your face.
Please don't stare at my face. Welcome to Undercover Coven!
Welcome back.
Please check out our video on YouTube.
Yes, do.
Yeah,
It's really fun. Trust us.
it's amazing.
I don't know.
Amazing. I am Paula.
It's amazing.
And
And I am Ale.
that's Ale. And today we are here to deliver a message of true crime to you, the listener. I don't know what to say.
Yes. Did.
Oh man. Okay. Do we have to say anything before we start? Because I am really awkward today. I had a panic attack. Okay.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh, is it okay? I guess I'm gonna have to lead.
you have to lead anyway because
I do, yeah. So Paula has no idea what I'm talking about today, but let's just start with some shout outs first. Peter, our first and always first.
because Peter,
Ow, my eye! I'm so sorry.
you were like directly put your nail in your eye.
Yeah, I was sorry. Peter.
You were like, Peter. Peter left us a really nice message on Twitter. He was like,
Yes.
"Oh, you guys, like, the camera loves you, and you guys should do more videos." And I was like, "Haha, thank you," because it was really weird for us.
It was weird, yeah.
But
I felt really awkward. It looked like I was uncomfortable. And it's weird because I used to do YouTube videos before, but that specifically was just I don't know.
it's just that we're so used to looking at each other and talking, and that being the end result. And this time we had to like worry about our appearance. It's just weird.
Well, not me that much.
No, not me either. But I was just like very aware of what I was of doing with my
Oh.
face, you know?
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah.
So yeah, it was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's one of the few videos that I'm in, like, that's, I don't know, on YouTube of me that I don't have makeup on. I think that's the other thing that I kind of, it's not that I felt uncomfortable because of it, but it was just like, it was a different setting.
But like I said in the video, it was just like a very, it was just a very casual conversation that it's not necessary to put on like, we didn't have to look the
Yeah.
best way. So I don't care.
Yeah. It was just whatever we're doing now, but it was just on video. It's technically, that's what we did.
Basically.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else?
That's it for me. I'm just gonna shout out our three main podcast lady podcasts. Just because they're always, it's just a love. which is Not Sure Yet Pot, Kills and Chills, and the Woods podcast.
Yeah.
And I know there's so many more, you guys. Like,
oh yeah,
we do know everybody else, but we just keep in contact with a lot with them. I notice that we go back and forth, and there's just a lot of laughs. So I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, same. We have we feel the support, and we support you as well.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
Yes.
Satan is here.
Oh, hello. He's so cute.
The child.
Today, I was a child.
A child.
Today I went to buy bubble tea before after work, and there was a guy coming out of Booster Juice. I don't know why I had to mention that, but he was coming out of Booster Juice with this really cute French bulldog. It was the cutest thing, I swear. And so I just started going, I was with my friend, and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because I just started going, and the guy literally pulled the dog away from me. He just looked at me and he curved me so hard.
I feel you.
And I was like, oh, look at the little baby, you're so cute. Hey, the dog wanted to come and say hi, and the guy just pulled him away.
I feel the same way. There's a cute dog, and Jen is like, don't look at the dog. Don't look at the dog. And he starts pulling me away from the dog, and I'm like, look at the little baby. Look, he just wants to be touched. Yes, little baby boy. You. And I go over and touch the dog, and Jen is like, you can't just go around touching other people's dogs. And I'm like, the dogs want to be touched.
They do. They want the love.
Yeah. Look.
That's what they were born for.
What is happening right now?
Oh, he's so cute.
Okay, so I have another story to tell before we get started. Okay. So yesterday I was about to go to bed. I was in bed. I was about to go to sleep, and Ale calls me.
I forgot about that.
And Ale calls me, and she's just like, she calls me on video, and she's just like, if I die, I want you to know that I'm here, and
that this is where
I'm gonna die. And I'm like, okay, that's nice, but I don't live in Canada, so I don't know where you are specifically. So good luck. You know? And she was like, I passed through by a house, and I'm pretty sure it's a crack house, and there was a guy looking through the window, and I looked at him, and
so okay, yeah, there's a house right in the corner where usually I get off from the bus that I'm 100% sure it's a crack den. 100% sure. You can try and tell me otherwise. I don't fucking care what you think. I think it's a crack den, and that's the bottom line. It 100% is. Anyways, so I was every time I have to pass by there at night, I get scared because the doors are just those that they're into the wall. So if there's somebody's hiding around the corner, you won't see them until you're passing by the door. And so I was passing by, and I was like, just don't pay attention. Usually I have my headphones on, but this time I forgot my headphones, so I couldn't have them on. And I was like, just don't look anywhere. And of course, me, because I'm stupid, I looked up to the second floor, which was the only light up in the house. And I see this guy. He was crouching down. So there was it was half of a sheet or something on the window. And I see this guy crouching down with a hat on and looking out the window straight at me. And so I couldn't see his face because it was kind of I don't know. And then I just looked up, and we kind of made a little bit of eye contact, and I was just walk, just keep walking. And then that's when I called you. I was like, this guy's probably gonna come down and kill me.
And she was just running. You were walking really fast. And then you were panicking but laughing. And I was like, okay, I don't know where you are. Tell me where you are.
And it was funny because right when you picked up, I was passing by the library and there were two people sitting outside, like two like kids sitting outside in a bench. And I said, that's when I told you, I was like, I'm calling you because if I die, I just want you to know this is where I died. And they both turned around and they were like, what the fuck?
What? They were probably like, oh, she's coming from the crack den in the corner.
Oh, that's where she's coming.
That's where she's from. Oh, it was hilarious. And it was like, I was about to go to sleep. I was like in my pajamas, I was in bed, and all of a sudden, I get a call. It's like, what?
I was like, what the fuck?
What? Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so. Anyway.
Anyway.
Ale, 2 weeks ago, I think, you were like, oh, I have this case
Last week.
that I wanted to talk about.
My stomach. Sorry.
It's okay. But
You'll hear my stomach growl.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
I have this case that I want to talk about, but I want it to be a surprise. So, do you know this name that I don't even remember? And I was like, okay, I have no idea what you're talking about. And she's like, oh, yay! So, I don't know what you're talking about today. So, I am very excited.
Yeah.
I don't even remember if it was like about a cult or like a serial killer. I have no idea what you're talking about today.
It's a cultish murderish.
Ooh, fun.
That's what I'm gonna call it. Call this episode that. A cultish murderish.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So here we go.
Here we go. So today I'll be talking about Marcus Wesson, his cult, and how he killed 9 of his children.
Oh no.
Alright. So, there is a 911 call. This is from... Everything happened on March 12, 2004. But we're going to start with his early life. And then we're going to build up. Sorry, I have my notes here. So, Marcus Wesson, he was born on August 22nd, 1946 in Kansas. He was the oldest of 4 kids. His father was an alcoholic. He often flirted with his own children. Which, it's kind of like a... Just an FYI, it's kind of like foreshadowing for the future.
Okay.
Anyways. So he was... Okay, so he could never hold a steady job. At one point, I think he ended up running away with another family member, with another woman, and left his family for almost a decade.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and he lived off of just the government welfare, right? His mother, Carrie Wesson, she was obsessed with Jesus.
Here we go.
Yeah, she fed her children daily with the Bible and Bible verses and Bible teachings, and she would whip them with electric cables. Yes.
Like with a plug?
To teach them. Electrical wire?
But like a charger? And it comes with the plug?
I would
like
say
this?
Yes.
But with a plug?
No, just the wires, or I don't know. There wasn't specific on that.
That hurts.
But if it is electrical, if it is wire, electrical wire, it's heavy.
Oh yeah.
And it's copper and vinyl outside, so
that'll leave a mark even if it's soft. So
exactly. Yeah. And she would do that to air and air quote. I am just letting you know right now, I'm gonna do a lot of air and air quotes.
It's okay.
So you'll hear that a lot through the episode. So she would do that to air and air quotes to teach them. He was raised in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, which is technically just as Christian teachings, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm making a face, but I'm not gonna. Only you can see it. My stomach is growling. I'm sorry.
I don't hear it, so...
Oh, I can hear it. It's loud. Anyways. In the 1960s, the family moved to California. And that's when Marcus dropped out of high school and he joined the military. So he joined the army. He was stationed in Europe, I think, for a couple years. And then when he came back to the States, he met Rosemary Solorio. Solorio? Yes. So Rosemary Solorio was a married woman. She was 13 years older than Marcus. Mm-hmm. And she had 8 children. So when they met, he convinced her to leave her husband. And then after she broke up with her husband, they moved in together. So Marcus moved in with her and her 8 children. Also, he did a note and he said 8 children. Condoms did not exist in the late 60s. I think so. They were Christian, I guess. I just read my note. Anyways. So in 1971, Rosemary gave birth to Marcus's child, which was a boy. Mm-hmm. So this is when it gets weird. And it gets weirder after, but this is when it starts getting weird. I named this episode All in the Family, I guess. Okay. So at the same time that Mary was giving birth, or like had just given birth to Rosemary, to Marcus's child, he drifted his attention to one of Rosemary's young daughters, Elizabeth.
Ew.
So she was 8 when he told her and her mother that God had chosen her to be his bride.
Of course.
So they married, Aaron quote, they married. They did a ceremony in the house, like a whatever fake marriage ceremony. Mm-hmm. And then when Elizabeth was 12, he started sexually abusing her. And then at 15, when she became pregnant, he legally married her.
Dude.
So at this point, when she was 15, I did the math, he was 26 when she was 8. So, which means he was 33 at the time when he legally married her, when she was 15.
Ugh, okay.
Fucking gross. Yeah. So, months later, she gave birth to the first child. And by the time when she was 26, she had given birth to 11 of his children. And, 2 of them died at birth. So, technically, they had 9. Like, babies.
Is this right? 9 plus the 8 she had?
Yeah. That were living in the house, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So the thing is, there's not a lot of about the other, like when they grew up, some of them did leave, but not all of them. So at one point there was a household of 16 because of her children, like Elizabeth's children,
right?
And plus one of her other sisters left her children with them because she couldn't care for them, and she left.
Okay.
Yeah. So at this point, with Elizabeth's children and the sister's children, they had a whole household of 16 people.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is just by the time that she was 26. So okay, so Marcus Wesson, they lived off of welfare, because he couldn't hold a job. He would make his adult children work. So, like, whoever reached a certain age, he would send them off to work. And, which was really hard for them, actually. Of course it was hard for them. But it was hard especially because they had no social skills. Mm. And so they would, suddenly at just one age, they were homeschooled, by the way. And suddenly at one age, they would just send them out into the world, go work, and he would make them bring their earnings to him. Oh. So they didn't get to keep any of the money.
Right.
But the thing is that he would send them out to work, and he would get all the money. He would live off of welfare, but the family lived off of squatting and getting food off the trash, and the boys and the girls were kept away from each other. So one of the girls, actually, her name was Gypsy, which is...
Okay.
I guess it was I don't know, that name is more popular than we think. She says that at one point, so all of the boys were living in the mountains in a tent.
Okay.
And then all the girls were living, sometimes it would be kept in a boat. So she said that, yeah, I know.
What?
That at one point they were living for at least 4 to 5 months in an abandoned boat, but they were only living below deck.
What? Wait, what year was
Yeah.
this? Like, around what time?
So they got together in the 70s. So let's see. At this point, Elizabeth was 26-ish, right? In her 20s. So she was 8. Okay, I want to do the math now because I'm curious.
Yeah, because this doesn't seem like it's...
It was
1989.
the 80s. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually. So around the 80s. Late 80s, early 90s, at least.
Okay, this was happening late 80s, early 90s. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I was saying. So one of the daughters said, and the thing is that when the girls were living in this abandoned boat, they were living below deck, and I believe there's pictures out there of what it looked like. And... Sorry, I got scared. and that they wouldn't allowed, like, on board, or on deck, like at the top, at all, in case somebody would like see them.
And these were
Yeah.
just girls, and the boys
Just
were
girls.
living.
And then the boys were kept away from each other. Yeah.
What? What? Okay.
Yeah. So eventually, in 1989, he was convicted for welfare and fraud perjury.
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah. So this guy, he was abusive, of course, towards his wife and his family. He literally dominated his family. Like, he didn't let Elizabeth have anything to do with her children upbringing or raising. He homeschooled the kids. And he taught them to follow his handwritten Bible, which was called... I wrote it here. His handwritten Bible was called In the Night of the Light for the Dark.
In the light of the night for the dark?
In the night
In the night
of the light.
of the light for the dark.
Yeah. So this guy was clearly just
What?
unstable.
Yeah.
Like, that makes absolutely no sense. So he would teach them about that. About his handwritten Bible. He would teach them that he was the incarnation of God. And that Jesus was a vampire. Therefore, by association, he was a vampire as well.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Yes. He taught them that policemen were demons coming to hurt them. And let me see what else I have here. I have a lot of things. And that if they had to fight back and defend their family and protect their God. So if any of the children disobeyed, they were horribly beaten. Like, they were just absolutely just horribly abused. And that was for the boys. So the boys would be physically beaten and, hit and stuff like that if they disobeyed. For the girls, he had another method, which was called loving.
Ew.
And so it was just a way of him to sexually abuse the girls. And whenever one of them will get pregnant, or he would have sex with them to get them pregnant, he said that it was fine because he was creating children for the Lord. They were creating children for the Lord.
Seems legit.
Yes. I mean...
Yeah.
I swear. I have a screenshot here that I wanted to read. Give me a second. So, this is one thing, which I don't know how nobody noticed, because they said that people never noticed that this was happening. But this is the thing. When the family went out, the children walked in a single file behind him, all dressed in black robes, and they were told to stare at the ground, so they couldn't stare at anybody. Please tell me, in what world is that normal? How come nobody ever noticed this and reported anything?
I'm
Like, extended
trying.
family.
I'm trying to make up like an excuse in my mind, like the farthest reaches of my mind, but no. Like I don't understand how people didn't like say anything. Nope.
Exactly. And the thing is that family, like extended family, would literally leave their children with him to take care of them while they couldn't take care of them, or like babysitting and stuff like that, because they trusted him. But they were like, oh, we never knew anything was happening. I'm like,
What?
I'm sorry. This person, all of his kids are his kids and grandchildren.
Yeah.
His grandchildren are his children.
Yeah.
Like, where do you think all of these children are coming from?
Yeah.
Like, everything in the story, like, some things, like, don't make sense. I think people were saying that just to make up excuses for themselves. Because they didn't see it. Not because, no, everything was perfect, everything was fine. No.
Wow.
How is it? I find it absolutely, like, just...
It's bizarre.
How?
How?
It's really bizarre.
No, these
Anyways.
people knew something was going on, and
Something was, yeah.
they were just all like, if you're saying it was relatives and an extended family, they were just all sick in the head then, because what is going on? Like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Wow.
It's just, yeah, I know. Anyway, so some of the children, as adults, when they would reach a certain age or whatever, they did manage to escape, but out of fear of him, because of what they were taught as children, they never reported anything to the police. So they never reported him,
Yeah.
right?
That's understandable.
Yeah, yeah. It's like when we talked about the whole, oh my god, I forgot the name now. The Villa Baviera and what happened.
Oh yeah,
in La Colonia.
Colonia Dignidad. Yeah.
Yeah, so they would go, but then they would be scared to like actually say anything.
Of
right?
course. You're being taught this guy is God, and
Exactly.
but you realize something's wrong and you want to escape. Of course, you're gonna be scared. You don't know what the real world is like.
Exactly. So actually, two of his nieces / daughters.
Ew. Okay.
Ish. Yeah, I don't even know like what to call them. I'm just gonna say two of his daughters. 1 second.
A child.
Sorry, not daughters. Two of his wives / nieces.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so the dad had a daughter, the daughter had his child. No, I don't know. It's like, okay, I get it. Incest.
So, I'm sorry. So they, two of them managed to escape, and then they left their children behind, and they escaped because they were like tired of the abuse. They were tired of everything. I mean, who wouldn't? And once they were outside and they started living like normal lives, normal-ish, I would say, because I mean, with that amount of trauma, like how can you really live a normal life? But they were able to like make the most out of it, and that's when they started to realize that the way that they were raised and what was happening, it wasn't natural. So the way that they were having like sexual relationships, any type of emotional relationships, it just wasn't natural. Like that's when they were like, oh my god, this guy is so wrong, there's something wrong here, right? So that's when they came and they wanted their daughters back. So this was on March 12th, 2004. This is when many family members rebelled against them and demanded their daughters back. So that's the two nieces who they had been abused before, and they arrived back at the compound. And because at this point they were living in a compound, which I'm gonna kind of rewind. Actually, okay, let's rewind back a little bit. So previous to March 12th, 2004. Yes, this is how long it was. Like, we're talking about 71
Wow.
to 2004. This is how long it took for this guy to go down. He bought, I think they bought a house or like in a compound in Fresno, California. So once they moved in, he bought 12 antique coffins, and he placed them in the living room where he would teach them, like he would teach them about his Bible or whatever. And he would tell them, so again, he would say that Jesus was a vampire, so by association, he was also a vampire, and that police were the devil, and he also told them, this is when he started preparing them for the apocalypse.
Always with the apocalypse, okay?
Yeah. And so he told them that one day, a man with a badge will come to the door, and so he would teach them every single day. He would tell them this. So he was, he was preparing them. He was, anyways, it makes me so mad.
Oh, it makes me so sad. Like,
yeah.
What is, oh my God.
I know. So he would teach them every day that one day a man with a badge will come to the door, and when that date happens, it means that the only thing that they had to do, their only task to do at this point, to like fulfill the prophecies or whatever, was to commit murder-suicide. So the youngest ones were to be taken into a room by the eldest kids, like the older kids, to be murdered, and then the older kids will kill themselves. And then he was gonna be the only one left person standing to tell their story.
Of course. Because, like, obviously. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, fast forward to March 12, 2004. This is when family members rebelled, and then the sisters there were sisters, so the nieces came back to the compound, and they demanded their daughters back, and we are actually gonna play a 911 call.
Oh, no. Okay.
Hopefully we would find the 911 call, but it's only a piece of it. Although you can see some of the footage of court on YouTube if you want to look at it. Prior to March 12th, he actually he wanted to move the kids back to Washington where his parents lived. So because of this, that's why the kids, like a lot of members of the family or whatever, they rebelled. Is that rebelled?
Rebelled, yeah. Rebelled.
Anyways, yeah. So they came back to the compound. They wanted their children. They called the police. And, so the Fresno police were summoned to what was described as a child custody issue. That's what they said that the issue was. And that's when the standoff started with him. Okay. One of the kids came out kind of like freaking out and said that Marcus had a gun. And that's when they had that kind of standoff, and then a SWAT team was called when they said that he had a gun. And they had like the house surrounded. The Fresno police actually testified that they did not hear gunshots being fired. They did not hear the gunshots being fired shortly after, but through other witnesses present at the standoff, that's when they said that they did hear the gunshots that were fired at the time. So the aftermath was 9 bodies, all of his children, I guess, varying from 1-year-old to 25 years old.
So they did commit murder-suicide.
Yeah, because that's what they told him. When that day would come, that's all they had to do.
My God. I just got chills.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
So it was the 9 bodies of Wesson's daughters and their children. They were discovered in the bedroom filled with antique coffins. And each victim had been shot through the eye. Wesson's other children who were not present inside of the house, they survived the incident, but it's because they were not inside of the house when that happened. Right? Because he wasn't expecting for that to happen, of course, that day, but I guess they did what he told them to do. They were brainwashed to do that, right? So the victims were Sabrina April Wesson, age 25, which it was said that she was the one to pull the trigger on all of them. So technically, it's a whole like Manson, almost like a Manson thing, that it wasn't him who really killed them. So he's not a murderer. You know what I mean? Because really it was her, because she was instructed to, she was brainwashed to do that. And it wasn't her fault.
Like, I am like tearing up. Seriously. It's so sad.
It's such a sad story because none of those kids, like, those lives, I imagine just their lives and how it was, like, just how bad it was.
Yeah. To
grow up like that and just, it's horrible. So Sabrina April Wesson, Elizabeth Bria Kina Wesson, she was 17. Isabel Carey Wesson, she was 8. Aviv Dominique Wesson, she was 7. Jonathan St. Charles Wesson, he was 7. Sidonia Soloria Wesson, she was 2 years old. Mercy St. Christopher Wesson, she was 2. Ethan St. Lawrence Wesson, she was 4. And Jiva St. Vladensbury Wesson, age 1. And, the trial happened, and then he was convicted to death. So I think he's waiting on his death sentence, and with no chance of parole. So I'm going to read that as well. So the trial of people of Fresno County, they were represented by Chief Deputy District Attorney Lisa Gamoyan. Gamoyan is how you say it. So he was represented by public defenders. He didn't even have a lawyer or anybody who wanted to represent it. Like, they literally just give him a public defender.
Of course.
His name was Peter Jones and Ralph Torres. They presented the defense that his 25-year-old daughter Sabrina, whose 18-month-old Marshy, who was the 2-year-old, and Wesson's own son and grandson, fucking disgusting, was killed as well, had herself committed the murder. So she was the one who pulled the trigger, and then committed suicide. Again, because she was brainwashed to do it. Like,
it's not her fault.
There was no way he was gonna win this trial. So the DNA, so Sabrina's DNA was found on the gun, which lent, it did confirm his claim that he didn't kill them, it was her. But then the jury declined to find that Wesson fired the fatal shots, but convicted him of murder anyway, presumably finding that he had persuaded his children to enter into a suicide pact. Which, yes. I mean, hello. So then on June 17th, 2005, he was convicted of 9 counts of first-degree murder. He was found guilty on 14 counts of forcible rape and sexual molestation of 7 of his daughters and nieces. Wesson was sentenced to death on June 27th of 2005, still awaiting for his death penalty to be.
Right. You know, I'm looking at pictures, and these are little girls. These are little girls pregnant by their own father.
Mm-hmm. And it's so sad because if you read... Sorry, I'm trying to kill a mosquito here. If you read, like, just accounts of them talking about it after the fact of when everything happened, some of them thought it was like, thinking, yes, maybe this is wrong, but we're also doing it for God. So they thought there was something off, but also, like, how could they think that? Like, almost thinking that it was almost like sinning. And then some other girls were like, well, I never thought it was wrong because what we were doing, it was for the Lord, and we were creating children for the Lord, and I was like a vessel almost. So like how sad it is to think that how brainwashed were these children.
Of course.
That this is how they were thinking.
Of course. And they were like, and they were so afraid of their own father that of course they weren't like going to go back on their word. Of course they weren't. Oh, it's so disgusting.
It's so sad, and I hope he suffers when he dies.
God, I hope so too. It's like when, when John Wayne Gacy was sentenced to death by lethal injection. His injection went wrong, and he like suffered a lot. A lot, yeah. And I hope that happens to him also.
Huh.
I hope it happens to
hope so
Wesson.
too.
Because John Wayne Gacy, they didn't know what exactly they were doing when they put the injection in, and the liquid that they put in, it hardened in his veins before he died. And so I hope that happens to him, but like 12-fold.
Yeah.
What a monster. Well, there's a book, by the way. It's called By Their Father's Hand, The Wesson Clan, by Monty Francis, if you wanna learn more.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
it's horrifying. I thought it was horrifying when I read this story. I was like, damn, I have to talk about this, because I had no idea about it. I never heard about it before.
And it's recent. It's not like in the 70s. But how did you hear about this?
This is one thing that I wanted to mention.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Murder Minute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
The same day that you asked me to download it, that you told me about it, I downloaded it, and it was the first story that came up, and I was floored by it. I was like, damn.
Yeah. So, for those of you who have no idea what Ellie's talking about, there's an app called Murder Minute, right?
Yeah.
That sends you true crime stories every day. Once a day. And you can choose if you want. If you don't know much about, like, prolific serial killers, you can choose, like, I don't know anything. So it'll send you, like, Ted Bundy and things like that.
Yeah.
But I chose...
So you choose,
I chose unknown
your, like,
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cool because it comes in the form of like text messages. So you open the app and it's like messages, and if you want to keep reading, you say continue. If not, you can just stop and close the app and then open it back up and then continue.
Yeah, and
it saves all of your stories.
Yeah, and it has like really cool pictures. It has like crime scene pictures, and it's really, I love it. I love it so much. So if you can download Murder Minute, it's really cool.
Yeah. Definitely do.
And it's also a podcast, so yay, go listen to Murder Minute.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Wow, that was just horrible.
Yeah. It was a roller coaster, really, reading into it. Because I feel like every time I would read a different article about it, different things will come up. And I was just like, fuck, I have to add this. I'm pretty sure I missed some like, not details, but some facts that I could have added, but it's just, like, in the recounts of them talking about their life.
Yeah. No, obviously.
In this cult.
Obviously.
Because it was just, like, one thing after the other. If you read the, like, articles, it's just... Every article has something different that, like, can literally shine a light into everything that happened, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and these are 34 years of stories. So obviously we're not going to cover... We have to do like a 3-part series on this thing.
Yeah.
So... No, that was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like, when you told me, like, everybody died, and you were naming the victims, I was tearing up. Like, I got all red, and I was like, wow.
I felt like I had to, because...
Of
an
course.
episode filled with him? No.
No, he doesn't deserve it. I don't even want to say his name.
No.
Oh... I can't believe things like that happen, like...
But they do. And
but
I
they
feel,
do.
Yeah, we were talking about this. Ariane said, one of our best friends, she was like, it's just the human race. It's like, we're disgusting. And
We
it's
are.
true. I agree.
We are. Especially now.
Yeah, things have gone downhill. I mean,
I think humans have always been disgusting, but
Yeah.
now we can actually see it.
yeah, because we're more connected.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, if you think about it, the 70s was filled with serial killers.
Oh yeah. Oh,
We
yeah.
just didn't hear about it until now because we didn't have internet.
Do you know Albert Fish?
Oh my god.
That's like another level.
Yeah.
But oh god. Oh, I can't stop thinking about it. Like,
Yeah.
so sad. Well, on that note,
On that note,
on that really
Should we-
depressing note,
should we talk about something fun?
let's talk about something fun. I am watching Chernobyl. The finale was 3 hours ago, and I didn't watch it, and I'm gonna watch it now.
Ooh.
It's so good. It's only 5 episodes, so if you get
Really?
the chance, yeah, if you get the chance, it's a mini series. If you get the chance,
Okay.
watch it because holy shit,
Nice.
April 26, 1986 was absolutely insane.
Huh?
Do you know
I know.
what radiation does to the body? Like, I had no idea. I know radiation is bad for your body. I know.
But why?
No, but
No, I'm saying that we all know that it's bad for you, but why? Like, nobody really knows exactly.
no, but
Why?
the extent. Like, for example, in Chernobyl,
Mm-hmm.
if you went to the roof where, like, all the bad shit was, the graphite,
Yeah.
if you spent 2 minutes there, only 2 minutes, like, you got to the roof, you counted
Yeah.
2 minutes, you would die instantly.
What the fuck?
People would
Really?
cough, people, like, when they faced radiation, people would cough up their organs. They would go, oh, here, a lung.
And sell it to the black market?
No, it would
Oh,
be
no, wait, it has radiation in it.
deteriorated. No, but it would be deteriorated. Like, it would literally melt in your
Yeah.
body.
Wow,
Like,
that's so
they were,
scary.
They were talking about how, like, the skin,
Is it a
it would-
docu-series?
it's a drama series, docudrama. Yeah.
So, wait. So it's like, it's an actual documentary. It's not like acted.
Docudrama. It's a drama, like, acted,
Mm-hmm.
about, like, a real historic thing that happened. And it's extremely accurate. And so the cool thing is
Okay.
that they did the series. It's 5 episodes of 1 hour
Mm-hmm.
each, but they also have a podcast that you have to listen to between each episode, and it'll tell you like the
Really?
real story about like what was
Okay.
exaggerated or what
Yeah.
had to be modified.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. But like for example, these like the firefighters that put out the fire in Chernobyl,
Yeah.
their skin, it would be like a glove and it would just fall off.
Wow.
Like I didn't know that happened.
Again, I don't know a lot of facts about Chernobyl. Like, now I'm curious.
I know about Chernobyl. I know like the general what
Yeah,
happened.
like the general idea of it.
But wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So check out that series. It's by HBO. If you're still angry like me about the finale of Game of Thrones, just go on and patch your anger with Chernobyl.
With
it'll
that.
it'll happen. It'll be much better because we are still angry about the finale of Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I feel for all of you who watched it because Paula explained to me why, and I was also pissed, and I never watched.
Ali was
never
like-
watched Game of Thrones.
Ali was like pissed,
I was pissed.
but she was
Explain
like
to me why.
she had
And I was like,
sympathy.
wait.
Sympathy pissing off, right? You were like
Yes.
sympathetic anger.
Exactly.
And I was like explaining it to her, and she was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
who are these people? Who? I don't know.
Why?
No, but
Why?
yeah, I was also pissed. So
Yeah.
I understand. I understand why.
So yeah, if you're still angry, if you want to see a good series, go watch Chernobyl. We'll see what happens afterwards. We'll see what we patch up our anger with afterwards.
Also, you guys, please, who hasn't watched it yet, all of my gory fans, friends out there, please watch The Perfection.
Please
Please
watch
it's a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It was amazing, and I love Paula for making me watch it.
So do me a favor, watch the trailer first. Try to be like, hey, this is gonna happen, and then watch the movie, because that's fun.
Yeah, it's funny because I ordered food and I was waiting for it and I was gonna start watching it, and Paula's like, wait, before you do that, are you like, do you get like grossed out easily? And I was like, nah. By the way, I ate an entire pizza while watching the movie.
Oh, you're so lucky. Oh, you're so lucky. My mom got me like chop suey, like chicken chop suey, and I was eating, and then I was just like, no, ew, no. Ugh.
At one point, like, I was picking up a bite, and I was like, something happened. Of course, I'm not gonna say, but if you do get grossed out easily, you've been warned.
It's like those people on YouTube who watch Salo, and they watch it eating. It's like, how stupid are you? No.
Oh my god. Fucking Paula, I hate you until this day.
I know. I hate myself too. Don't worry.
You traumatized me with that movie. I forget about it, and then you somehow always make sure to bring it up.
It's a talent.
It's a talent. And I just remember it.
It's like I have this talent of bringing up the human centipede in like really random conversations. So
the human centipede doesn't really bother me that much.
No, but there's people who are very bothered by it.
Yeah, that's true. So please do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Salo, I mean, first of all, if you watched it, I am so sorry for your ass. And then if you haven't, I feel your pain. If you haven't, just don't. Or is it maybe it's like a rite of passage? Maybe you have to watch it.
I have a message for all y'all. If you haven't seen it and you're like really curious, do it. Don't eat while you're watching it. Watch it on an empty stomach. Watch it in the morning. And it's not because it's not scary. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But it's necessary. It's necessary for life. And
I mean, you could go through life without watching it, but I mean, if Paul is pushing that much.
It's just that I have a personality. I have a very obsessive personality. So when I remember I was watching Dross, and he was like, oh, the top 7 movies that are like the grossest movies ever. And you had a Serbian film, you had Human Centipede.
A Serbian film.
The Serbian film didn't do anything for me. But maybe I was just desensitized. Anyway, number 1 was Salo. And I mean,
you watched Salo, so you were desensitized.
Exactly. And I was like, number 1 is Salo. How am I not going to watch the grossest movie ever? How am I not just I'm just going to sit here and be like, oh, okay, I'll take his word for it. No, I have to watch it. And I said to myself, Paula, if you get through this, you can get through anything in life. And guess what? Here I am.
Wow, that's very poetic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing that movie on a whole new level now, so.
Exactly. You have to see it in a good way.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, I regret that movie because it still haunts my dreams. I'm not going to say that, even though it's true. Ew.
Well,
ew.
Oh, I'm going to dream with it tonight. Okay, let's change the topic. I feel like we went from happy to gross again.
No, we went to sad to gross, so.
Yeah, to just straight up gross.
Anyway,
so watch The Perfection. Just don't watch it eating if you get grossed out easily.
Yeah.
I still ate an entire pizza. I didn't think it was that bad.
No, I was grossed out completely.
Yeah. Yeah, oh.
Ugh.
Where does it sound?
The aliens.
Oh, so have you seen that thing that's going around before we go? About the
freckle?
The freckle?
I mean, yeah.
I have one right here.
I don't have it.
I have one right... So you are the aliens.
I thought I was not the alien. You have one right in the center of your wrist. What the fuck?
One right here,
Uh-huh.
one right there, and one right there.
Oh my god.
I have two actually.
Yeah.
One and one. Yeah. Also, I have one in my left boob.
Oh, cool. Thank you for telling the audience.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't have anything.
That's for you, chickies.
I don't have anything. I just have a lot of hair.
Aww.
But yay, I'm the alien. Yay, I'm
Yeah.
weird.
You know what I meant though, right? Because they were saying that it was like an alien marking or something like that. That you we were
Really?
marked. Yeah. That's what I read somewhere.
I
I'm
marked
pretty sure
you. Yay.
Yeah. So see, you might get abducted because they're taking you back.
Yay! See,
You're like E.T..
Not aliens. Like all aliens are bad. Like we said in the video. I said in the video. You were like, aliens are so scary, and I was like, aliens are not bad. Okay.
It really changes with my mood.
Yeah. Same.
Anyways.
Anyway, now we went on to like weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
I think we did the three moods that we could. So.
yeah, and plus whoever watches Game of Thrones is probably angry. So yeah, we did all the moods.
All of them.
All the moods. Okay, so this is like really long. So, okay. Please visit our Patreon. Patreon.com/undercovercoven. Help us raise some money so we can get stuff. Not stuff for us, stuff for you. Because I really want to get like stickers made and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Stuff for you. And visit us on, you can follow us on social media at Undercover Coven on Twitter and Instagram. Please follow us on Twitter. Nobody follows us on Twitter.
I don't think a lot of people uses Twitter, but we're still there, you guys.
Yeah, we're still there. We still post things.
Yeah.
And of course, we were more active on Instagram, but wherever you decide to talk to us, we'll respond anyway. And you can also talk to us at our email at undercovercoven@gmail.com. And yeah, so we'll see you next
My stomach.
next week.
Sorry.
Have a
Next.
great week because it's Monday. And yeah, goodbye.
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 Oh, bit of the week. We forgot.
We don't have pet of
We
the
don't have
week.
one, so
So bye.
we're gonna. Oh,
No, go on. Say it.
I was gonna do. Satan's. Who's Satan?
Jax?
Jax.
No, but next week.
Cause his ass makes an appearance. So Jax is the pit of the week. There you go. Woohoo!
Fine. Jax is
It's
the
my
pet of the week.
Let me be.
Okay. Jax is Satan's dog, Lucifer's dog. He puts his ass in my face every morning.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What's happening in my house? Things are breaking.
The aliens. And on the note that Jax puts his ass in my face, I will say goodbye. So, bye.